episode of Morning Ritual. They missed everything. They just heard us laughing.
Oh, okay. We were talking about dicks.
Like you do.
80 episodes? Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God, AJ.
AJ's become our Morning Ritual historian.
Yeah.
Has watched the entire show.
The lore keeper of Critical Misses.
He's the dramaturge of Critical Misses.
Yes. Amazing. AJ is the lore master. It's been 80 episodes since I've been here.
Wow.
Dang.
Well, a lot has changed. I was just talking.
So
about,
you were the first episode on this overlay. You and for Fem Sway.
Oh yeah, me and Avalon. Yeah.
Avalon.
Hell yeah.
Of course, that means we have to retire it now. This has to be the bookend.
This has to be the yeah. I've got to.
Oh, that's right. Work on another overlay. Had like circles originally.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Morning Ritual. I am one of your hosts, Noir. I forgot how you do this again.
Pronouns?
So there's another. Oh, right. Yes, he, they are my pronouns. Use them. You can find me all over the internet as TheNoirEnigma, but that's not important right now. What's important is we got a second guest.
Host?
Host.
Oh, that's me. Hi.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you're good. You're fine. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Benita or Critical Misses. My pronouns are she, they, and I do things. I was literally about to say that my pronouns are she, her, and I was like, that's not right. I corrected myself mid-flight on that one. And we've got an amazing guest today. Two-time Critical Misses guest. Dylan, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hello, I'm Dylan, or SuperDillin. Both of those are good. My pronouns are she, he, and they. You should use them all. Scramble them a little bit like your eggs in the morning. I am so psyched to be back.
Little bit of
Yeah. You season your sentence structure with my pronouns, please. I am so jazzed to be back on. Like AJ said, it's been 80 episodes. And you two remain some of my favorite people in the world. So it is so incredible to be back. It's so awesome to see you continuing to thrive. I cried on episode 100.
Me too, Michael. I cried like a bitch.
Ooh, woof. That was some editing that AJ did. It was some emotional work that happened there. So yeah,
I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah.
Just really quick, you kind of mentioned something. Season your sentence structure with people's pronouns, and that got me thinking. You know, the people that have the hardest time respecting pronouns are probably people who don't season their food.
I think there is a correlation. Yeah, there's a little bit of a Venn diagram thing happening there for sure. Yeah.
I was just like, I never really thought of it like that.
The seasoned
use more than just salt, people.
Exactly.
So
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sometimes pepper, mostly mayonnaise.
The idea, you've just put an evil thing into my head now about mayonnaise being used as a seasoning, which is not, I don't like it. I don't like what you've said and done.
You don't like the energy that I brought to the studio today.
I don't like it, Anita. Jail is this way. Yeah. So what are we talking about?
So what I wanted to talk about was when you were talking about Anita gave you a bad idea with this mayo thing. There was a voice in my head that was just like, oh shit, is this about to be another game? Because since you've been here last, you have been cranking out really awesome games. Like so many that I can't. You got one based on, and this is just from observing, a lyric in a Coheed and Cambria song,
Yeah.
which if you know the lore of Coheed, it's even more interesting than
It's a line from one of my favorite comic books in the Coheed and Cambria Amory Wars universe, in which a talking motorcycle comes and breaks through the fourth wall and argues with the author about a character that the motorcycle thinks that he should kill off. And
I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was a motorcycle. I thought it was the same 10 speed that they
not a
sing
motorcycle.
about.
I keep saying that motorcycle. It's a 10-speed bicycle.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep saying motorcycle.
I was thinking of like 10 speed. Well, you know.
It is. It is.
Okay.
And the author, says, like it's like I say this is what you should do, and he says, well, you say a lot of things, and how does that work? You're a bicycle. So it's one of my favorite little bits from the series, and it inspired me to make this latest game. This is my most recent game. I played it on stream a few nights ago with Nala Wu, who is just fucking incredible, perfection in every way, and it went beautifully.
That's always good when the game mechanics just kind of work.
Oh, it just works. The flow of it, I'm actually so proud of it. The flow of it is just so easy, and so good. And yeah, as it turns out, Noir, I like making games a lot. And
don't say.
I've become so obsessed with it. Like I was joking recently with another game designer that like I'll be going through the most like heartbreaking real world tragedy, and like in the back of my head I'm like, I wonder if I can gamify this feeling. Like I wonder if I could repackage this for someone else.
Let's repackage this trauma.
Let's make someone experience this on purpose. Yeah, so that's what my brain has become now.
Doing a tick tick boom.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, one of my favorites is Guy in the Chair.
Guys in Chairs, baby. That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I found that it's useful to utilize a lot of what you did in that. So I've run the spy game a couple of times.
Oh, cool.
There's some useful connections with like, okay, how do we make the hacker more involved when they're not, involved? And I love the functionality of your system in that way. So it's just
cool. Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's like that one and this most recent one, I think, may be my like best things, possibly. But I don't know. I can't, and then I keep thinking like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna take some time. And then something possesses me. Like in the way that like when you're writing and you're like, I have a plan for these characters. And then the characters are like, we have an idea ourselves, actually. And take over you. That's sort of what it's like.
I mean, it feels like it's nonstop, and I've been just kind of watching in the cut, like, keep going, keep doing the thing. I mean, because it's one thing to like say we need to like, let's all try and move away from the big 2 or 3 in the tabletop universe. Or tabletop space, but it's another thing to go, not only should we move away, but here are some fucking options. Like I kind of love that's like you just cranking them out, and it's just so fucking awesome to see.
Yeah.
AJ says that you made a game right before we went home from PAX, and you were literally sitting in the hotel lobby.
Yeah. The hangover was hanging over, and I was like, I need anything to make me forget what I'm feeling inside right now. And so I designed a 1-pager called Would You Love Me If I Was a Worm?
It's starting to sound like game design is your comfort drug?
It is a little bit. It might be. That might be the case.
I'm here for all of it. And, you know, it's kind of funny. We're just talking about one aspect of what you do in this space, but there's so much more that you have going on. I have to. We have to talk about the Animalist. We have to talk about it.
we have to talk about it. Or
so recently, I believe it was it was either Captain or Momo put a post up on Twitter just talking about how this was just like a random idea and how they reached out to you and then how it just kind of grew from there. And that made my heart feel things, which I didn't appreciate.
Yeah, Matt will do that. Matt, it's very funny because Matt was like, so I was actually ready to be like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. This space is so hard and I don't understand it. And I was also doing like the bad thing that I think we all do, at least in the beginning, where I just like took everything. I was on like every stream that I could get my hands on. There's no like disconcerting between options. I was just like, no, take everything and then hope for the best. And like, not only did that not work like to do anything for me, it also burned me the hell out. And I was just getting frustrated and getting tired. And then Matt reached out to me with this proposal, and like Matt was like, I don't know, Matt was just like so hesitant to reach out to me and was just like, not, you know, don't want to bother you. This is like, you know, kind of like, no worries if you don't have time for this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this sounds awesome. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, I want to do this. And we didn't know each other. I was a fan of theirs on TikTok, and apparently they were a fan of mine. And now we're each other's emotional support figures, and we try not to go anywhere without one another. We're very close now, and the Atomless is like the thing. It is like the most thing of all time. I love it so much.
I have to say, just as an outsider looking in, you can feel the love everybody has for this project. Like, you can feel that everybody cares, and it's not just, oh, I have this game on this day that I have to record. Let's just kind of go. Like, no, there is investment from everybody at that table, and everybody is just as invested in everyone else's character as they are their own.
Oh,
and
God, yeah.
And you can feel that, which is like the highest compliment I could give an actual play.
Yeah.
Because I'm not to knock any other actual play, but you can kind of feel when some things are disconnected.
Knock them. You're not the Atomless. I'll knock them right here. Critical role.
Well,
Please.
I mean, his mic.
I will say, like, but you can, like, that matters. Like, I think it's beyond chemistry. It's like, chemistry is, hey, we can all be in a room and not kill each other.
Yeah.
But like, what you guys have is, we can all be in a room, and if you leave us together for too long, we're gonna make something.
Yeah, that's exactly
it's
what it is.
It's not chemistry, it's connection.
Yeah. And it's also, you know, we made the intention to be intentional about it when we started up with season 2. You know, we decided to come back with a Patreon and with like plans and with the introduction of doing guests and alternate timelines and like other mini series within the show. and that came with a decision from all of us to be like intentional about it, and go from like, we love making this thing, we love telling the story, to like, we want this to grow and become bigger. And honestly, it's a great story. I listen to it like all the time. And like, the universe, I mean, it's Matt's universe, but Matt is so open to us expanding it and adding to it. Like, I think you've spoken, if I'm not mistaken, you've spoken to Norden about how like he has basically handcrafted the backstory and like the lore of the Ifrit in our world. And Andre, who plays Theriac, has done the same thing with the Raxalites. Like, Matt kind of lets Andre build that.
Can I just say, I love Dr. Theriac so much.
Dr. Theriac is a tiny little garlic monster. He's got like
a little scouter in all the art. It's
I love that piece of garlic so much. That garlic plant, and the having that garlic plant be like in one of the central romances in a story is absolutely perfection, never before being seen. So good.
I also really just want to take a moment to compliment the art of the Adam list. You all have just amazingly dynamic characters. Like, you've got your cute little designers. And how dare you make this adorable little mouse creature? Like, how dare you?
This little anxious, nervous mouse.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
She's a lady. Yeah, Salix is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Have you seen Wally's character, Poncho, yet?
No.
Wally is guesting in the beginning of season 2. Our second episode with Wally just dropped. And Wally plays Poncho, who is a tiny, like, jackfruit mouse, I think it's like that little like really tiny kangaroo rat, cowboy sheriff of a old-timey western town. It's absolutely incredible. It's the most character design of all time. It's absolutely wonderful.
How does it feel to like know that you have fan art and you've had cosplays of your character?
Yeah, the cosplay is out of control. We have cosplays. One thing that is even like more shocking to me somehow than cosplay is that somebody made a puppet of Dr. Theriac out of yarn. Like a working, functioning puppet. I think that's the fucking coolest. I've never seen that happen before.
And just so I get this right, this is Starfinder that you're all using, right?
Yeah, we're using Starfinder for the main campaign, and that's where we get these like sort of character design origins from like the Ifrit and the Isoki, the basically bipedal rat people, and the Raxalites, who are like these sort of sentient plants. That's all coming from Starfinder's.
But you're creating your own lore around it.
We're creating our own lore. Starfinder has quite a lot of the creatures that they've imagined do come with pre-written lore, but many don't really. The Raxalites have very few. There's very few canon lore, so it's just been like Andre has just created it, made it up. which is amazing. And then we do exist in Matt's like greater universe of the Atomless Sea, which I love. We're getting to a point in the story where I know that we're getting to like the main arcs, storyline. We've just, we're past the like getting to know you and finding out like what we're like as a crew kind of bit, and now it's like, no, you're in the sauce. Here's the main storyline. So I'm excited for that. Nervous, scared a little bit because he described something moving and shifting in the darkness of space that we couldn't see, and I have not slept a clear night since then. So yeah, I'm excited for it though.
So I'm very curious. What do you see as the future for the Atomless? Like, if you could have your way, what does the next 5 years for the Atomless look like? Because I saw this thing happen. I looked away and I came back, and it's like, so
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. I'm curious to see what you believe is next in the future of this series.
Well, I'm sure that the big companies are interested in us. And they obviously want to get a slice. No, I think what the plan is, and what I hope and dream for it is that, so we recently did a short 4-episode mini series to tell like the history of one of the planets in our solar system. And that was beautiful. It was a beautiful story. It was wonderful. I loved getting to tell it. And we brought in new players. We had like the original cast, added like lore drops and things like that into it, so everybody still got to participate. I want us, so we, the main campaign has a story it's trying to tell. It's not going to go on forever. But what I want is we have this whole universe to play with, pasts and futures and side stories that we don't, we may not get to tell in the main campaign. I want us to have like a full, cinematic universe kind of thing happening, where it's like anything that occurs within the Atomless Sea can be told, and we can tell multiple stories in that scenario. And then we have plans that I also can't tell you.
I love it.
So stop asking.
What is it?
They've already cast it
What
for the live action movie.
Yeah.
What are the plans, Devin?
Yeah.
What are the plans?
So Matt Mercer. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean,
Listen, it's fitting you to give the kid a chance.
I mean, the thing is, like I kept saying, we've only scratched the surface. You were also head of a extraordinarily awesome actual play on Demiplane, Enemy of My Enemy.
I loved Enemy of My Enemy. Oh my god!
First off, saucy.
It was saucy.
How dare y'all have a hunter in the mix? I hate hunters.
Two hunters. We had two little evil little guys. And
again, the art.
Oh, incredible art by Amihan. Just gorgeous. Yeah.
So my question is, how did that come about? Like, where was the idea, the creation of that? Like, where did that stem from?
It's amazing because I've been doing content online of any kind. World of Darkness is sort of used to be my like home game base. Like, I didn't play D&D at home. I played World of Darkness games. Like, that was what I grew up playing. And I really liked doing mixed splat games where you mix like vampires and werewolves, or mages and wraiths and stuff like that, like in a party.
Mhm.
I've always really liked doing that in home games, but I've never done it, and I've tried in the past. I tried to put together another show that was supposed to be vampires and werewolves, but everybody in the cast so badly wanted to play vampires, so I was like, all right, we'll scrap it.
You got to reach out to your werewolf friends. If you,
I know, it was my mistake. It was my mistake. But then one day Drac just tweeted and was like, is it possible to run World of Darkness games together? Does anybody want to try? And I was like, you have reached your target audience, Drac. I love running mixed World of Darkness games. Let's do it. And then Drac, I mean, I think it's unsurprising probably to everyone here that Drac is an awesome and powerful person.
Correct.
But Drac also has the best production management skills that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They put together the most efficient and convincing pitch deck to the point where I was like, we gotta hire us. Yeah, this is amazing. And got us the gig based on the pitch. I basically just wrote the pitch for the show and they did the rest. And then we got it. We got
wow.
We got Hero Forge sponsorship as well. And yeah, we got 5 episodes. It was well done, I think.
Oh yeah, it was.
Amazing cast of people, and we got Sin producing. I don't have money to throw around, but ever do I again. Sin as a producer, unbelievable, unreal, so good, just phenomenal. So in front of and behind the scenes, it was a great show.
I have a confession to make with this show in particular. I was on a show at around the same time as you guys.
Sure.
And there are a couple of times where it'd be like, hey, Noir, what's your character doing? I'm like, huh? Oh yes, I'm doing this. Because I was watching you guys.
I thought for a second you were gonna be like, I'm sorry, I haven't watched it. And I was like, dude, we're so busy. Don't.
Oh no, okay. No, it's the opposite. It's like I was. Oh, this is getting good. Yes, I am here in protecting the world or whatever the fuck.
What game was that? What was it?
I will not be exposing that. I will say that it was a pre-recorded show.
Okay, so we won't. I can't look up your schedule and find
out.
It
was a pre-recorded, and it was just so.
I love that. Thank you for confessing to me.
That's the challenge. Watch my shit to see where I'm the most distracted, and you can blame SuperDillin.
It was good. It was a good one.
Oh no, you had an extraordinarily amazing cast.
Oh my god,
Luna just kills it in everything.
Who?
Stella.
Stella. No. Oh god. Such intensity.
I know too many Stellas, so I just use the back half.
Got it. So much intensity. I'm fully enamored by Hamna now too.
Oh yeah.
Just mesmerized. Yeah. That was a beautiful experience.
So I have to ask, and I know this is probably something we can't get an answer to because there's a lot of cogs in this machine. Any chance we might get a season 2?
Wow. So season 2 is a thing I think I can say that we're working on, but I'm not going to tell you what it is exactly.
Okay.
But vaguely, yes, probably.
I'm just saying that the World of Darkness werewolf book comes out
I know.
pretty soon.
I know.
And should someone need a werewolf? I'm just saying. That's all the show is. It's not an interview show. It's for me to shoot my shot.
It's shooting shots. I love it.
But no, seriously, that I love the World of Darkness, and I think we need more shows where we mix it up. I'm sick of seeing vampires being petty bitches all the time.
If you leave vampires to their own devices, they just get so broody, and like it's like liven up. You got eternity.
Exact and there's so many there's so many. I wasn't aware of how much World of Darkness there is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I recently exposed to the Changelings because Anita was in a Changelings game.
The Lost or Dreaming?
Dreaming. 20th.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what that means.
Okay, so there's a difference between the Changeling the Lost and Changeling the Dreaming. Changeling the Lost is people who were like humans that were taken, absconded to the Fey realm, and put into the service of Fey courts for a period of time, and then they get returned to Earth. They're changed, but that's why they're the Lost, because they were regular human mortals, and now they have been changed by the Fey realm.
Yes.
Changeling the Dreaming are they are changelings who are reborn into human bodies, and eventually at some point they undergo what's known as a chrysalis, where they discover their true Fey mean.
What's a changeling?
A changeling is a Fey being. So they are seelie or unseelie. There's a court system. There is favors, politicking. There are quests that you go upon. There are
so either way,
it's
just Fey bullshit.
Right? It is Fey bullshit, yeah. And there's portions
of bullshit.
There's portions of the world that are close to what are known as trods, which are entrances to the realm of the Fey. And like you can go on quests and you can get things that are known as glamour, and it's a lot of trying to create wonder and whimsy in a world that is full of what is known as banality. So like corporate jobs, cubicles, and like you have to strike that balance between like keeping your love of the world, your joie de vivre, and your imagination in a world that is actively trying to oppress and crush it.
That is the plot of Changeling the Dreaming.
Yes.
The plot of Changeling the Lost is that you were kidnapped by the most twisted Fey creatures, and then you were sent back wrong. And
now you gotta figure out what the fuck you do.
And you have to find the thing that they replaced you with so that your family wouldn't catch on. It's called a fetch, and it's basically an automated flesh being that has replaced you in your life and has probably ruined all your relationships and alienated all of your people because it can't quite imitate you right.
Yeah.
And so you have to go home. Very different vibes, these two books.
I'm starting to see why they changed it a little bit. One sounds a lot more traumatizing than the other one.
Yeah.
You get very broody in The Lost. You get the dreaming is a lot more empowering in certain aspects.
Yes.
Yeah. The more you were talking, the worse it got.
It gets worse. It gets so much worse.
I have a pitch for a Lost game where it's like the isekai where you have been transported to another world to destroy a great evil, only to realize that you have been doing this Fey being's like will the entire time,
already.
And then you get returned and you're like, well, fuck, what now?
Oh, I love that.
I love that. Like they bought in hook, line, and sinker to this whole like I am the hero of the other world. I am a chosen one, and only to have the Fae be like, bullshit. No, you're not. Go home.
Like
that's good shit.
I kind of want to build off your idea. Like, hey, what if they snatched the only human that was cool with the vampire and the werewolf and the mage in town?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how
Disrupting the
quickly
entire
they would?
alliance.
Do you know how quickly they would notice?
Oh my
We
god.
gotta go get Kevin.
It's just like, wait, this.
We
Like,
lost
hold on.
him.
We
Yo,
lost Kevin.
that's the name of the actual play. We gotta get Kevin.
We gotta find Kevin. Oh my god, I love this.
But like another thing, this is kind of just turned into educate noir about the world of darkness. So I hear there is a power structure in the world of darkness, in the sense that, like, vampires know not to fuck with werewolves. Werewolves know not to fuck with mages. Mages know not to fuck with so on and so forth. And like, it's a very
Changelings fuck
weird.
with everybody.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's sort of like put in place because in the books as written, they really want like the appearance of these other things to only ever be as enemy characters.
Yeah.
Right.
So they don't ever want really because I'm not going to try to assume I know why, because I don't, because I think it's silly. But because but vampires only appear in the werewolf book as, an
Baddies.
enemy stat block. Werewolves only appear in the vampire book as an enemy stat block, and so on and so forth. And they don't really write any lore in there about mingling and
Yeah. There's there's a little bit with
Yeah.
changelings, at least in the dreaming. If a changeling runs into a vampire, vampires are banality sinks and they can kill a changeling.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Banality sinks? I'm sorry.
So
Yeah. So do you remember in True Blood when they went off the rails and put fairies in it, and the vampires could just
get
drain
hopped up on their
fairies,
blood?
get so hopped up on fairies, and that's what we learn is why everybody was so hot for Sookie fucking Stackhouse. Is because she's got changeling blood in her. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So banality is what changelings actively have to fight against. Glamour is things that power changelings. So it's imagination, it's creativity, it's that sort of stuff. And banality is anything that prevents you from getting or actively oppresses any creativity that you have in your being.
Okay, I think it's very clever what World of Darkness has done, where they have just created worlds for each of these player options. I don't know how the idea of now that we've created these fully fleshed out worlds for each one of these individual, creatures, while we don't just
Smush them together and make them kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Speaking of, I reported this on Table Takes yesterday. There is a World of Darkness romance source book coming out.
Shut your fucking mouth. Are you kidding?
Yeah, here I'll link it. So the book is going to have guidelines for how to initiate romantic roleplay in your games.
Okay.
They have fully fleshed out storylines already in there, and they also have love interests already pre-built.
It's called Bloodstained Love. It's a Vampire the Masquerade source book.
Yep.
Okay, so specifically for vampire romance,
which I thought that was a missed opportunity, because I would love to see how these different creatures love. So I hope that this is something that they do for all of the World of Darkness. How do werewolves love? How do changelings love? Mages, and so on and so forth.
I just threw the link to the article in there.
Is there a hunter? How there's Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse? Is
Hunter
there
the
a
Reckoning.
hunter?
Hunter the Reckoning, yeah.
I feel like I fucking hate hunters to the core of my being.
I can tell. I can see you seething. I can feel it coming off of you.
I've been doing a lot of reading on werewolves, and it's just hey, we're here to fucking protect the earth from pollution and shit, and also these fucking guys.
No idea if there is a poly section in the romance book yet. Fluffy butt. You'd have to wait till it releases to know for sure.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much out about it yet, but
yeah,
it's happening.
Yeah, it's just that it's got revealed, but I do want everybody to take a look at the art that they did reveal because it's hot. It's
Yeah.
like two AJs making out with each other.
Which is the height of sexy, actually. That's what we're all here for.
True.
That's what we're all after. Is two AJs.
This is now an AJ Thirst podcast.
Yeah.
It's AJ on Husha Kid action.
Yeah.
AJ Thirst podcast.
Hashtag AJ Thirst podcast.
Make them kiss.
Make them kiss.
Hashtag make them kiss.
So we've talked about quite a bit here, but we do have some established questions and some new ones
established questions.
We have some new ones since the last time you've been here. So we're gonna start with the first. I know that we asked you this already, but time it's been 80 episodes, so things may change.
Yeah.
In the TTRPG community, there is a war. TTRPG space, there is a war between people who look at these things and see them as narrative tools to
hashtag
to help tell a story, and then there are monsters who think that these.
We actually didn't ask this question to Dylan last time.
That's right. Well, there are monsters that think these are nom-noms to put in your mouth and crunch. Now, I am aware that there are edible dice, but these people say that's crunching and not crunching. So, Dylan, I have to ask you, what side of this war are you?
Did I not make myself clear? Did I?
No!
Dost thou not know me? Why do they look like this if they are not meant for mouth?
They're a dental hazard. They're a choking hazard. You don't know where they've been.
I know exactly where they've been.
The way that Dylan started that made me feel like Tim Curry in Labyrinth, where it's like, do you want to live crunch deliciously?
I've never been more betrayed.
Legend. That's the one.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Legend. I was thinking.
Horns of victory. Fuck you, we're shiny. You get Dylan, you broke the streak. We had a streak.
Well, we went 5 in a row with crunchers. One stop, and we're back on we're back in the crunch territory.
We're
back in the crunch lands.
I'm not here to give you what you want. I'm not here to make you comfortable.
AJ, also, wow, the art does look like two me's.
I told you. It looks like AJ making out with Uchiki. I've never been more. Well, I have to ask the punishment question now.
Go for it.
All right, you get to sit at a table with any 5 people that are alive right now. You do not count towards the 5. You get to choose who's GM and what system you're playing. Who you picking?
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sit with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Drew Barrymore's a must. I've become obsessed with just the way that Drew Barrymore, to me, now seems to be someone who is like, if a fan of famous people accidentally was given a platform, like, she just has this strange energy where it's like, I don't think she's actually a celebrity. Okay. I want Drew Barrymore. I want Janelle Monáe.
Oh.
I want Elliot Page. I want fuck. What is that what is that guy's name
From
from
what?
the Last of Us?
Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Yes, I want him, and I want the little one.
Oh, Ellie.
What the fuck is their name? Shit. Fuck me.
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey. Thank you. Did I get to 5 yet? Bella Ramsey, Pedro Pascal, Janelle Monáe,
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, Elliot Page. Yes.
Elliot Page, yeah.
That's
That's
5.
five.
So I want basically a bunch of queer people and Drew Barrymore. And I want to have them at a table where I will what are we gonna play? I think I want to show them sending out the email list. Thank you, please do. Like, I kind of feel like I want to show them like Wander Home.
Ooh.
Like I want like a game where it's just like deep imagination, like an exploration kind of like with that group of people, the bunch of people who are like, who seem to be really like emotionally present and like enjoy deconstructing like, you know, identity and stuff like that. Like to play in a game where that's kind of the central theme on purpose is to just like sit, you know, explore identity together and explore that in character. I think that would be fucking rad.
I didn't know Drew Barrymore was bi.
Oh, she is. I didn't know that.
So there you go.
So even better.
It's a table full of queer people.
Yeah.
That is some hype energy at that table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I especially love Elliot and Bella at the table.
Elliot and Bella Ramsey at the same table would just be rad for a multitude of reasons. Yeah.
Bits for buys. Bits for buys.
Bits for buys. Thank you. Oh, more Shadi and Daniel.
Okay, well that wasn't nearly as hard as my punishment question usually goes. So
I
kudos
remember I
to
had
you.
a hard time with it last time.
You came locked and loaded this time.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how this answer changes. You are the God Emperor of the TTRPG space for one day. Any 3 things you wish happen immediately, no matter how big, no matter how small? What are you doing?
Thank you for the bits, Mentalomia.
Okay.
These buys appreciate your bits.
These buys do appreciate your bits.
Okay.
See, this should have been the punishment question, apparently.
This is it's not. I know my answers. I'm just trying to see
how you word it.
How do I word this?
You want to try to be political about this?
My last time on any show. Okay. Wizards of the Coast does not just enter bankruptcy. There's like it's got to go down in like flames. There's got to be exposés. There's got to be like tell-alls, maybe a documentary. Maybe we get like a Fire Festival style documentary from all of the people that have worked there, been burned by them, and all of that stuff, and then they go bankrupt. I think that would be good. You have to like, you know, you can't just kill it. You gotta do a double tap in the back of the neck, you know.
You don't just win the war, you win all the war.
Yeah. I think so yeah, so that's one. I think I want a tabletop freelancers union to emerge fully formed for something. I don't know if this is traditionally possible, so forgive me because I do not. I am learning a lot about union organizing, thanks to a couple of organizing friends, but I am not necessarily an expert in any of that whatsoever. But if there could be a world in which freelance performers and freelance writers in the industry could all
agree at a certain set of standards for pay and
exactly for pay, work hours, like creative integrity over their work, that's a big one too. Yeah, I would love to see that very much. Three. I want everybody to like, I want there to be like a sort of amnesia, like a cultural sweep where like I don't want everybody to forget Critical Role per se. I don't want them to be like deleted from the collective memory, but I would like maybe for the like importance that they
like
hold
a lessening of the cultural impact of Critical Role.
Yeah,
Ease
like
that
they're
just a little
there. And just like take it down. Just like pull the relevancy down a scotch. Just to humble them a little bit. But also so that Critical Role Thanos snap. Just a little.
Should have gone for the head.
Yeah. Just a tiny teensy little bit. That's up. It was either that or like, with no. I know that you did. I think it is one of the funniest moments in all of history that you had Matt Mercer in this very room and you were like, I will kill Liam O'Brien. And he was like, yeah, like him just like trying to laugh and being like, why? And you're like, you don't need to know, but I'll kill him.
Listen, people can accuse me of a lot of things, but nobody will ever say I don't keep that same energy.
You do. It's one of the best moments in television history. It will be a part of the Firefest documentary on the tabletop space.
We're still trying to get Liam on, and if we get Liam on, I need him to know it's gonna be the most. Face. It's gonna be the most aggressive interview you've ever had.
Oh God!
Just coming in hot.
Yeah, incredible.
Oh no, I like these so far. A lot of people have said defund wizards. I've never seen somebody go, I want an example made of.
That's what I want. I want
I want their head.
I want every one of these companies. Because every one of these companies, every time Wizards of the Coast, does a little whoopsie, like calling the police on people, does a little faux pas. These other companies are like, now's our chance to be just like them. And I am like, no. I want you to learn what happens. And I want it to be terrifying. I want you to be so afraid to hurt your employees or your fans that you live in fear. That's what I want.
I need to see you play an evil monarch. I need to see that. Because just the casualness of like, no, you need to understand. I want people to hear the name Wizards of the Coast and shudder in fear from what I did to them.
Yeah. I want them to know you as Colonel Runaway. That's the energy I'm going for. Give the order, Colonel Runaway, and it's just me fucking pointing a gun at Wizards of the Coast head.
No more of this playing Sweet Bean stuff. I need Villain Dylan.
If you want Villain Dylan, I mean, let's just keep watching the state of the tabletop industry unfold. I get angrier with each passing day. We talked earlier about how much I love making games. I love making them. I love playing them. I love making content around them. I eat, sleep, dream, I breathe tabletop games. It is everything I love in the world. And yet the industry makes me so mad that sometimes I think I'm just gonna like implode into nothing. And like everybody, like this people involved and like how people respond to the industry by like scrambling over each other and tearing each other apart and trying to be carceral about each other at every turn. Like it's just ugly and heinous. And I try not to make that my whole energy because I really do love this shit. I love it so much, but I need everybody to be normal. Like 10 minutes ago.
It feels like it just gets worse and worse over time. Yeah. Like we have watched so many channels and people come and go from this space.
Oh yeah.
In just the most ridiculous of ways.
Oh my God. Yeah. There are people who I was like, you are my best friend. We will be best friends forever. And they are gone. They don't fucking, I don't even know where they are anymore.
That's
there's a regular snapping that happens.
I need to see you play an evil emperor.
The Adamless
season 4.
Oh hell, could you imagine? She's just a lady. She would never be an emperor. That would be ridiculous. Could you imagine? Oh, I have an idea. Kill them all.
I need this in my life. I need this in my life right now, injected in my veins. I'm just imagining the crown. It's like a red cloak.
The crown lopsided over one of her ears, with one mouse ear sticking through.
We need to overthrow her, but she's so adorable.
She's just a lady.
Why would you want to overthrow me? Just a lady.
Oh God. Oh, okay. So sorry. I got caught off guard by that one. What's up?
Can I just say how hilarious it's been in the past couple days to have people be like, "Yay, Watsy?" after the whole TSR nonsense.
I mean, that's the bar is in hell right now.
It really is.
The bar is truly clipping through the floor. I'm comfortable saying fuck TSR so much.
Absolutely.
It's so funny. It's not that I'm happy in any way, shape, or form for Wizards for winning. Just happy for them losing. That's all.
I come at it from a little bit of a different perspective, which is just like, what a way to fumble a life that was set on easy mode for you. Like, consider this. like we're all here in the TTRPG space based on the sweat of our brow and the work that we've done, right?
Yep, so much.
Imagine being able to go, hey, my last name is Gygax. Like the doors that fling themselves open for you. And all you have to do is not be a dickhead. Like that's like let me let y'all in on the secret. Some companies will when they have like guest writers, they'll go, hey, would you like to guest write for us? You'll go, cool. Yeah, I'd love to do that. And then they'll go, okay, well, you can write us something, or we can like basically write it for you. They just want the fucking name. He could have lived his life off of that. Right. He could have lived his life off of that, but he wants to be a dickhead instead.
You know what? Good. Good. Join your patriarch in hell.
Listen, we all know that Gary Gygax is looking up at us right now.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about like privilege and shit. Like any one of us, if we were like, if any one of us, if somebody just went, hey, we're gonna change your last name, and this is the power it holds.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know what we could have done with it? Like, I'm just saying, at the very least, he could have lived his life off his last name. At the most, he could have used his last name to affect actionable change in the space.
Good. Yeah.
And it's like the people that are given this privilege, this power, keep bucking it up, and I don't understand it.
Instead, he made $611.23.
Yeah. And presumably lost it.
And then presumably lost it.
Yes, it's fucking embarrassing.
It is humiliating for him.
Yeah.
Feel bad. And those who support. Very humiliating.
But you know, I'm trying not to go off on a rant. I will just say this much. The people who keep complaining about the direction that things are going, and they're just like, well, back in the old days, this wasn't a $1 billion industry. When you had control over the hobby, it wasn't a $1 billion industry. That should tell you something, but no, they don't get it.
No, because they're, that we're still dealing with the same kind of people who are like, who probably think you can get a job by visiting a bunch of offices in person and asking if they can hire you. Like that's, they're living in the past in every way. Which like there's some amount of understanding I can have for being out of touch, but then there is willfully being resistant to the passage of time. Yeah. And I don't have empathy for that. Yeah.
I think there's a difference between being out of touch and then there's being malicious. like, I just like yeah. I don't understand how you grow up in fantasy and sci-fi, and then you look at someone that's different than you and go, "You're an abomination. And you're going to hell." Like, did you learn nothing?
That's what privilege does, though. It poisons your brain to only see stories in relation to yourself, not in relation to anyone else's experience. So you see that and you're like, oh yeah, because I'm a little different in whatever ways I feel different, then I can apply those stories to myself, but I have the privilege to not see that experience in anyone else. And then
or not to understand the context of the of the framing that you've put out there.
Yeah. And then you go out into the world and you ruin lives. So
yeah.
That's
the
I took us down to a dark place. I'm so sorry.
It's early for the
That's
dark
all
West,
right.
but we're here.
You asked me what I would do if I was God Emperor of the tabletop space. I think I started.
Oh no, but I do like the example, the answer of making an example of one of these big companies, especially Wizards, because I think just taking away the money is only a partial solution. I think that golden parachutes existed. We have seen all our lives where
correct. Yeah,
shitty people who make shitty decisions that ruin the lives of millions when their golden castle finally blows up. They've got a golden escapeway, so fuck them. Let the heads roll.
Right. I need the Nixium ending for Wizards of the Coast. That's what we need.
Let's do it.
That's it. I'm trying to think. Do we have any other first round questions? I think you ate through those. Like I'm fucking impressed. Oh, look, you got the notes.
Let me flip through my notes here.
I'm the worst. I just kind of do it off the cuff.
What do we got?
I love that.
I had to write it down at one point, so that way I knew.
I mean, I'm just happy with how much I learned about World of Darkness, because
listen, it's got
who
problems.
wants to play a hunter first off though? Like, who's just like, this World of Darkness exists? I want to be the guy that snuffs out all the magic. I want to be the guy that just hunts other people for being what they are.
Yep. I mean, if you want to play the bad guy, that is objectively the thing to do, is play hunters, in my personal opinion. Unless you're playing it as the game is written, in which monsters are bad. Which is like
werewolves aren't though. Like, werewolves are quite literally the Earth's solution to pollution.
I know. The werewolves are not the villains.
Like, Gaia's just like, hey, this shit hurts. Get them.
Get them.
Stop them.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you're about to say something?
Oh no, I got to my list of questions. We have Petty Prime Time.
That's the second half.
No, that's in the second half though. I think that's actually all our first round questions. It's like we're
we gotta develop more first round questions.
We really do.
You just have a really efficient guest on this time.
I know, right? You just like sniping these questions.
Dylan's just on the ball.
I do have another question. How's Femsplained going? I forgot to check in on that.
So Femsplained, you probably haven't heard much from us because we stopped.
Okay.
We stopped recording Femsplained for a multitude of reasons. We were really loving the show and everything. But there was something just so losing its charm with the name, because both of us have changed so much in that time. So, and then there was we do have new episodes coming out under a new title, a new podcast name. It's going to be on the same feed. I'm actually midway through editing the first episode back. It's going to be called
sleep?
Queer Platonic Pillow Friends. Which is a reference to some old episodes of Femsplained. Queer Platonic because our relationship is so codependent it might as well be romantic, and Pillow Friends because, I don't know, some male author in the fantasy genre uses pillow friends to describe lesbians, and I think that's very funny. The Wheel of Time. Thank you.
Robert
Jordan. So we are coming back with episodes. We're not doing a weekly. We're not trying because we know we don't have the time for that. Avalon has a child. I have 400 babies in the form of content. So it is so much of a lack of time. So we're gonna do 1 to 2 episodes a month. It's gonna follow roughly the same format. The other thing is that we were talking about how the name of the show was limiting us about how the kind of guests we wanted to bring on, because we want to talk about nerd stuff with other queer people, but inviting queer people onto a show that's called Femsplained, we were doing a lot of holding back on asking people because we weren't sure if the name would be uncomfortable for them to appear on.
Okay.
So changing the name, changing the mission statement, that it's less about, like in 2017 when we started the podcast or something.
When do you sleep?
We were different people, so like approaching nerd culture from just like a feminist perspective was where we were at the time.
Yeah.
But, like we've evolved, we've, our opinions on things, our identities in general, everything has changed. So we want to update it to reflect that. We want to be able to bring people on to talk about things who have other perspectives within the queer community, who won't be put off by the name, like all of that is what we're looking for.
Also, queer platonic pillow friends fits in perfectly with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song, so I just put that out there.
God.
Friends,
I
queer
have to write that
platonic
down.
pillow friends, queer platonic pillow
my
friends.
God.
I did for 1 second. Where is that?
For people on a podcast, pillow fights.
Yeah.
Pillow
Oh,
power.
the other, more Shadi's right. The other thing is that we no longer, so we started our podcast. About 6 months after we started our podcast, another podcast with an exceedingly similar name was started by some like C-list women called the Femsplainers. And it's essentially an alt-right like podcast. And so people accidentally find us when searching for them, and vice versa, and it creates some miscommunications and also brings some bigots to our doors sometimes. So
Yeah,
to be rid of that will also be good. We don't need to be associated.
You're dealing with a lot. You're dealing with a lot there, friend. Oh my God. Another thing that I want to touch on is like one of the things that has always blown my mind about you is just like it feels like wherever you make an appearance, like you just kill it. And one of the first places I saw you is TikTok. I've noticed that your TikTok presence has like lessened as of late.
Yeah.
Still great content on there. I check it out from time to time. I'm curious about that. Was that like a purposeful step back, or you just find yourself doing so much that something's got to take a break, or like I'm interested in the intent.
There's a couple of reasons with TikTok. So TikTok, I really enjoyed the atmosphere of TikTok when I was making them all the time in like 2019 to 2020. I liked the atmosphere of that app. I thought there was a lot of creativity like to be had. Like it was very interesting. It was very creatively focused. Like that creative content did really well on that app, and I really liked it a lot. And I liked participating in it. It was very fun. It was very free. Like I was leaning into the cringe too. Like I just didn't feel like I had to not be, like I could just be a little weirdo and it would go well. It's gotten to be a little bit of like a tiny YouTube in terms of the culture on it now. Everything is scripted, staged content. Like there's so much staged content. And then in the tabletop realm, there is a lot of sameness. There's a lot of repeating the same D&D memes over and over again.
It's a lot of stealing other people's ideas and content.
Stealing other people's content. So that got me tired, but that's not like the full reason. I'll be totally honest. Pandemic did a fucking number on me. And I had a hard time being so present on an app that was so inundated with like with your like appearance.
Yeah.
So I had a rough time. I aged roughly 17 years in 2 years, is how I felt, you know, and and it was just hard to me to be so like visually present on an app. I'm now getting over that. It's taken a lot of work. It's taken a lot of intention to get over the urge to mourn who I was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And instead like learn to love this version of me as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because she's dead. And and like no matter what, like you cannot turn back the clocks no matter how unfair they were. And also, you know, that app creates a warp of time because they put filters on you that you don't have control over, that you can't turn off.
I didn't know that.
TikTok has a pre-built-in filter. So if you film in the app, even if you have everything turned off, you still will have a distorted version of your face, like in your memory bank. And what it like does is, so like if I'm looking at like old pictures and old videos, these videos of me from 2019 and 2020, which are really not that fucking long ago, I look so much different than I actually did in real life. Like if I look at a picture of me from like a digital camera or a cell phone camera from the same year, and it distorts your idea of the passage of time and how much you've changed. And it creates a really unhealthy distortion of that I no longer want to like punish myself with. I do not want to be here next year looking back on videos from this year being like, oh no, what the fuck happened to me? Nothing. You don't look that different. You're like, you know, like it's not, you're the same pretty much. It's only been a year. Calm down. So I'm trying to mitigate how much I do that, but I am stepping back in cautiously, and just not making it so much of my life.
Like I never thought about that aspect of like about how content creation can influence and affect how you perceive yourself. I've some thoughts of that in relation to my own content creation journey, which is like I have a very unhealthy outlook on my own self.
Yeah.
And I think in some regards that shielded me from that particular struggle, in the sense that like I always think I look like garbage, but that's also not healthy.
I thought you were
Oh no, like I hate how I look all the time. Like if somebody's like, oh, you look hard in this, I'm like, oh, you're a fucking liar.
Oh my god.
So look, no, it's very interesting to see the different ways that content creation can affect one's own personal outlook. Yeah, it's just one, thank you for sharing that. Two, I hope that you find yourself where you want to be with that. But yeah, I never really even considered it. So kudos. Yeah, the pandemic, it's so fucked to think about.
3 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's still going. It's the thing.
It is, but there was a specific kind of time dilation that happened during the quarantining part
Yes.
of things, where time felt extremely slow, and then all of a sudden we were transported to the future.
Right.
Like it was like, you know, a dolly zoom kind of scenario of the passage of time during that period.
Like, I jokingly refer to it as the before times. Like, I truly, because sometimes Facebook will do this really mean thing where they're just like, here's what like
Facebook.
it's like 8 years ago. And it's just like, I can't
I was
imagine.
a child.
I can't imagine doing some of the things, or I can't imagine being that version of myself that I was.
I once went to a concert where a stranger licked my armpit. And, and I was thrilled. I was happy about that.
Since we're doing the before time confessions, I once did, you know, the bobbing for apples where they put a bunch of water in a barrel.
Oh my god!
Except it was beer.
That's better.
And so we just all dunked our head in the same barrel.
Yeah, same barrel.
To see who can get the most amount of apples, and also
Mouth
who can get the most drunk. Oh yeah, yeah, fucking go. Get my gross on you.
I haven't thought about bobbing for apples in quite some time. What a time capsule that is. Yeah.
March 12,004. 1,204.
It's just we have just as a generation, we've been through so fucking much, y'all.
Yeah. We've been through a lot.
Oh my god.
It keeps it's the line from the Smash
continues.
Mouth song. They keep coming, they
The
don't
years
stop
start coming,
and
and
they don't
do
stop
not
coming.
stop
They don't stop
coming.
coming, and they don't stop coming. And it's like that is just stuck on a
hi,
loop.
Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, we got
Hey,
Rob B.
Robbie
rolling in
rolling.
the chat. I don't know if you know about Rob B. Rolling. Let me tell you a little tale. Let me spin you a yarn. So, are you familiar at all with Game Woven? Put it on your damn lists. Look. Okay. So Game Woven is doing my dream. I'm actually so mad at them. I've never told them this before, but we're in a fight about it because my dream for the longest time has been to do an actual play where it's the same canon story and the same like canon universe, but you use different games to tell different parts of the story based on what like is happening in the game and in the world. And I sort of talked about this on Twitter once where I was like, I want to do something like this and described it. And Game Woven was like, hello, we're here. We're doing it actually. And I was like, fuck. But I love you actually. And I know, but they're actually killing it. They're executing this concept so well. They are using different games to build their world, flesh it out, and tell stories within it, all within the same canon universe. It's so cool. It's such a good experience to like hear a bunch of different games and hear like how they can be used. And Rob is part of that team. And they asked me one night at the last minute, exceptional. It was one of those things where there was like a 90% chance I was going to say no, but they asked me like that afternoon. They were like, do you want to record with us tonight? And I said yes. I had only met Lex, who is Call Me They, and Dare to Dreaming.
Yep.
We love Dare.
We love Dare in this house.
So I just gotta say, I'm not at all surprised Rob's killing it. One of the first actual plays that I was in was with Robbie Rowland.
Shut up! What was it? What was it?
Man, it was. I remember it was me, him, Neffy. Oh my god, my brain is made out of like spaghetti noodles.
Sure.
Rob, if you remember, please help me out here. I'm pretty sure it wasn't our Pathfinder game. That's another one. But it was with Voucherness channel, if I recall correctly.
Amazing.
Yeah, but that's how you know I play too many games, because my brain is just like
yeah.
But I remember Rob is one of the funniest people that I play with.
Oh my god, so fucking
just
hilarious.
comedic timing is on
It was
point.
the
It
Pathfinder.
was the Pathfinder game. Okay, that's what it was.
They set your orc up on a date.
Oh, yeah, Rob is so fucking funny.
Addiction for cheese sticks. It's all starting to come back to me now. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I just no. I'm seeing. I like the like hear from folks I didn't know were connected, that they're just still out there killing it.
We met that night. So Game Woven reached out to me that afternoon. That night I sat down and recorded with them. That's the first time I met Rob. The recording ended, and I reached out to him and I was like, we're best friends. We love each other, just by the way. And that's been true ever since. Because Rob is the fucking best.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad, man. I'm gonna have to peep Game Over now. There's so much good content. Oh my god, I love it. I wish I had more time to be on more stuff. It's the issue.
Not enough hours in the week.
Not nearly, and too many bills to pay. It's the problem.
One day, I think I'm gonna stop, and like my system will just shut down. Like I feel like I'm running on pure momentum.
I feel like I'm going as hard as I am, because I don't want to miss it when it's gone. You know, I want to like be able to look back and go, I balled out. Like I had a blast. I told a lot of stories with a lot of with as many people as possible. Because when you look back on it, you feel the connection again. Like you feel the moments that locked in.
Oh,
and
yes.
That's what I like looking back on, like more than the details. It was just like, I remember this motherfucker made me belly laugh till I cried. Like that's the shit that sticks. Yeah,
I have so many people who are just stuck with me forever. And there's nothing that they can do about it.
Yeah. We've basically adopted AJ at this point. He's just an unofficial member of the polycule.
And I get to see him later.
You think you're so fucking cool?
I do. New York, baby.
Fuck these New Yorkers.
You mean East Chicago.
Why can't I buy an old high school? It just turned it into a commune with all my favorite people. That's all I want.
Because everybody only knows how to play role-playing games. We need some doctors, Noir, to make a commune work. Somebody needs to know.
We need some carpenters in this.
We're just a bunch of actors.
No. We got Bolaire. They know how to do carpentry. We got somebody's got to be a fucking doctor, right? Kadiosaurus is like a therapist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Austin's a therapist.
Yeah, we got Austin the therapist. This just makes me realize I've got no useful skills outside of comedy, music, and action.
Listen, we need bards in the apocalypse.
I'll see more shiny. And Daniel have IT covered, so we've got all our Wi-Fi connected.
That's good.
We've got AJ, who is an editor. we're so dead with the zombie apocalypse.
Seriously concerned about our water purification plans.
And that there isn't any.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm pretty good at archery. I've got that handled. Just in case we need archers.
You could be the one that you could be a hunter. We need hunters.
Be a hunter.
Oh, I don't like killing animals.
See, there you go. A little bit of a problem.
Our commute is so fucked.
Yeah, it's.
Listen, I've killed and plucked a chicken.
But it'll be very funny.
Oh, it'll be hilarious.
It'll be so funny.
Like just watching us try to survive in the wild. You could be the archery teacher, and then we have more archers. See,
we got other people to do that thing that you don't want to do.
I will say this does remind me though, a bunch of years ago, there was this reality show that followed this gay couple from New York who had like high-paying entertainment jobs here, but were like sick of living in like such a cramped space, and they bought a auctioned off like fully functioning farm in a desolate town in upstate New York. And the comedy of like the show was following how they were trying to learn how to make this farm operate and functional again. And, you know, it was very funny because obviously, like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, nitty gritty to get into, and they were like very, you know, posh New York guys. And it was funny and all, but they did wind up learning how to do it, and they did like unintentionally like revamp the entire economy of this like small town by like reinvigorating this farm and turning it into like a central location and like a tourist stop in like the middle of nowhere. And it's like now one of the few LGBTQ friendly towns in like a otherwise super densely red you know, upstate New York territory. So like, you know, maybe we would figure it out.
Yeah,
the possible solution is have a commune be near a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to take a second, because every time I learn something new about this motherfucker, he gets cooler and cooler and cooler. Sphinx, you're a goddamn chemist?
Sphinx, you're in what?
Sphinx is a chemist.
Damn, Sphinx.
Stop being so fucking cool. Like,
it's just
leave
like,
some cool for the rest of us.
Like,
there's only two.
You'll find out something new about Sphinx, and it's just like, and it won't like happen like, it'll just happen just randomly. Like occasionally Sphinx will just he will be nowhere to be found, and he'll just pop up out of nowhere and just be like, I'm a chemist, and then just dive back into the shadows and continue lurking.
You know, I'm gonna make this a thing now. What do you bring to the TTRPG commune?
That's a good new first round question.
Hey,
there is a TTRPG commune. What do you bring? What skills do you bring to the commune?
How do you help us live?
How do you help us live?
You know, like the red states have been doing this extraordinarily awful thing of just taking migrants and putting them in blue states. I think as Vincients, we should just drop our commune in the middle of a red state.
Yeah, that sounds fun and safe for us.
They can't get all of us.
Yeah, because you have an archery skill.
Listen, if I could take 1 or 2 out before I go,
we'll put you on the roof.
They've never seen someone care die.
Besides your TTRPG skills, what do you bring to the commune?
Yeah.
Move the commune on top of Gen Con.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, we've been at this for 1:45, so I think now is as good a time as any to take a break.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I do there is a comment that got lost in the sauce here that I do want to highlight, which was somebody came up with lyrics. Oh, there it is. Queer platonic pillow friends, gender is a concept, fluid power. I just had to.
God damn it. That's good. That's good
And
shit.
And then Anita made the logo.
I know. Anita made the fucking logo.
Well, I found the logo generator and I just copy pasted it.
So I just had to. Those are good lyrics.
Hey!
All right.
We're just going to take a quick break, but we're going to be back in like 10 minutes, though.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, see you in 10.
We'll
See you in 10!
Ah! And we're back.
Howdy.
Hey, y'all. So during the break, I posited the question that we had on our show. We're starting a commune. What survival skills do you bring? First off, I just want to shout out Gino the Stray for by far the funniest answer,
Genuinely
which is
hilarious.
The ability to die dramatically.
Yeah. Really fitting with our first posit of this idea.
Like they nailed it. But we're starting to see that maybe we underestimated some of y'all a little bit. You got people talking about making dyes out of bugs and knowing what trees to cut down and when and what plants to avoid. And we have someone that can do plumbing, so we might
live. The plumbing one is important.
The plumbing is vital.
Not
very important.
Not only do we have somebody that said they could do plumbing, but we also got somebody that designed sewers.
Oh, damn.
Like sewage system, that's clutch right there.
What the things that I didn't even consider.
You gotta make sure that pool water doesn't go into your drinking water, because that's dysentery. That's some Oregon Trail shit.
Can you say that again? Say that word again.
Gotta make sure that the clean water, the drinking water, and the pool water don't mix together.
Because you don't want what?
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
Canadian.
I like the way you say it. It sounds almost nice. Dysentery sounds like a status that you get.
I've recently achieved dysentery in my long and vast career.
Finally, you've been recognized as a dysentery.
It's the Oregon Trail. You're likely to die of dysentery.
I've always called it dysentery.
I just like it. It sounds fancy.
Dysentery?
No dysentery.
There's no dysentery.
Dysentery? No, that's something you die from. You
die from that dysentery.
I tell you what,
on the road.
You're plumb dead.
You're
deader than
I saw a man dysentery, and he ain't do it again. I tell you what.
No. But dysentery, it's dignified.
It's a dignified way to shit yourself to death.
I got dysentery at Cotillion. It's a different. It's a different setting.
Oh. This is that Tupperware container. What'd you say? Tupperware. Wrong.
Say the first symbol. Tub. Wrong. I'm obsessed with how that man pronounces G's, because they're so overpronounced and it's delicious.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We also had a quote retweet about the show during break, and it's always interesting to see like someone take an academic look at just some of the nonsense that we spout here.
Sure.
Which is Dr. Emily Friedman, who noted, I also note a lament I've heard from many in the space. So many folks vanish. Turnover is intense. The space is the ship of Theseus. And it's just like, yeah.
There you are.
But Noir, we're still here. Like, I think about this all the time, and I'm just like, because
We're still standing.
you are one of the first people that I, started doing things with in 2018, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. And they haven't gotten us yet.
Well, I mean, this might be uncomfortable, so just hold on to the rails with me for a second.
Oh.
I remember being bullied by so many people that ain't here no more.
Oh my God. Bullied
Holy
in ways that I can't imagine I tolerated. Like, I can't even think about it sometimes. My first PAX Unplugged, I was snubbed by, like, I was given stink eye by people who, like, who the fuck even are you? But it hurt. I was a sensitive little being about it.
Yeah, I mean, I got into I got into it with Swordfall about the Avengers game. Like, I had an opinion of, like, my opinion was that the game sucked.
Yeah.
And like,
but how was that a direct affront to him?
Well, it was because this is where it turned into like a fight. It was just like, oh, it's because your computer sucks, and I'm like, well, we finna get into it now, boy. You don't talk about my PC. That's like, you ever get triggered and learn of a new trigger? That's what happened. I was just like, wait a second, I'm actively mad.
Yep. Yeah, I don't blame you. What a trip.
But like, I just say all that to say, like, it's very interesting to look at the ship, like, continuing on with the metaphor of it being the ship of Theseus, and seeing parts that you were so certain were fundamental to the operation of this thing, and then seeing it go away and we're continuing to float. So it's just,
yeah.
Oh my God, absolutely.
I remember getting blocked by someone for asking them to, like, listen to queer and BIPOC people.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and they're no longer in the
happens.
space.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
And it also, there are some people too, like, who, some people will continue to get, notoriety and importance and never learn a thing. That will continue to happen. There are a couple of examples right now that I could think of that I'm just going to keep to myself, but there are some people who will continue to ride that ship. But something I'm thinking about is that the new people coming in, they don't need to, like, carry with them the weight of the old ship. Like, the new people coming in are doing it better. They're doing it hard, like they're doing it with more integrity from the start in a lot of cases, and don't carry with them these memories of these events that they needed to change through. And if the generation of people who have, pre-established importance and keys to the industry act like fucking children towards them, it, like, the fucking industry will go on past your time. Like, it will go on past your time, and they will do it without you. You don't have a guarantee for those keys to last forever. And you're ruining, like, people's perception of this space before they even get into it, and they will just do it without you, as they should.
You bring up an interesting point, like, about them not having to carry the weight of the old ship.
Yeah.
And, like, we're kind of like, we're the old heads a little bit now. And I remember when I was coming in being new, how I was treated by some of the people that were already established and everything. and now I'm in that same position myself, so I get to get a little bit of a perspective on how I was viewed when I started, because now I'm viewing some of these new folks that same way. And like, just to be transparent, there is that moment of like, wow, they're everywhere so fast. I could see how that threatens someone. Like,
Yeah.
oh, am I going to be forgotten now?
Yeah.
And when you encounter that, I think there's two paths that you could choose, which is I'm going to be of service. Like, if I am going to be written out of the story, I am going to be graceful and assist as much as I can on my way out. Or you can be bitter and go,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be fucking
not-
replaced.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think when you take a step back and you look at it that way, some of the things that we have seen from people start to make sense. Where it's
Yeah.
just like, you're so worried about your status that it leads you to do things that just don't fucking make sense.
Mhm.
Like, you say things, you pull strings in ways that are just like ugly. And like, it's because everybody wants a piece of the pie. But I I think, especially when I look at somebody like you, you redefined what I want in this space, which is, I really feel like I feel a sense of comfort from watching you in the Atom List. Like, it feels like that's the spot. That's the spot you're supposed to be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, more than anything, I want to find my spot. And I think that I'm starting to, I think you are. I think you absolutely are. I think I fucking fucked around and found my spot as well. Yep. And I think that's better than just being everywhere all the time.
Oh my God, it's so much better. We have people bringing up the unprepared casters thing. I actually think it's not, so forgetting, people use the term forgetting to refer to something that some people were not here for. And that and like, I think also, when the thing is that unprepared casters did exactly what they should have done, because you know what, like, everybody, there is no perfection, there is no never making a mistake in any space, but never mind a creative one that's ever growing. Everybody will fuck up, everybody will make a mistake and work with the wrong person, hurt someone's feelings, take the wrong gig, like, everyone will.
I mean,
they just did, they did, and they reacted, and they had a meeting about it, and they came to a conclusion, and they scrapped, the project that they felt was not true to their, to their beliefs. Like, that's just what should happen when you fuck up, is you should have a meeting about it and do the thing that is more in line with your, with your morals. That's exactly,
like, when you are presented with new information, you adapt and you internalize and you move on with it.
Yeah, that's just what to do, instead of assuming that you're going to be perfect the entire time that you're here, because that's a standard that you'll fall from. And that's what I think leads people to become defensive when they get criticized, to be like, how dare you, we just, we just did,
how am I expected to know everything all the time? That's impossibly high standard for you to be holding me to.
How often
a person who's also behaving with an enormous amount. Yeah,
we've seen people do that. We see people do it to this day all the time, when they, you expect me to be perfect, blah 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 blah. No, and that's exactly what happened here. Was the opposite of that. It was good. It's what we all should hope to do when we inevitably slip up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That he
But
couldn't have known because the ship of Theseus means that yes, there's enormous difficulty in having collective memory.
yeah,
I'm gonna eat a
I
cube of cheese. Give me a
oh,
minute.
Go
no,
for it.
we fully support that, and
Thank
it's
you.
absolutely in character.
Thank
Get it
you.
because you play a mouse. All right.
This is the mouse moment.
No, I think that this was I really appreciate this moment in this space because it kind of shows the new generation reacting to the old generation in the
Uh-huh.
sense that now they are being confronted with the sins of the past. Do we continue the cycle of essentially doing what's easy and convenient,
Yeah.
or do we do what's right? And I think that if anything, this moment should be like a beacon to all the old heads like me. I can't believe I'm an old head now. I
I
like
don't
this.
think you are, bud.
Let me have
okay.
this.
All
Let me
right.
have this.
Okay.
In this
okay.
space- In this
I want to be
space, though,
Papa
let's
Noir.
Papa Elder Noir.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, it is a sign to those that came before that the ones that are here now are good hands. Like if if everybody who has ever participated in a fuck it, we'll be spicy in a 48-hour Straticus streamathon. If we all stopped right now,
Paw.
the space is in good hands, and I think that kudos to unprepared casters. It couldn't have been handled any better. And I had already been a fan of them from their TikTok presence, but to see them like move into the actual play world
Mm-hmm.
and just have such grace and dignity over this, and I think that what we also need to remember is that anytime there's any conflict in this space, there are always going to be people that, no matter how you handle it, are going to throw vitriol because there's
Fuck you
conflict.
and the horse you
course.
rode in on.
Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, like, if one person breaks into a store, like, everybody's like, stop that guy. But if like 100 people break into a store, the temptation to just go, yoink is there. Like,
Yeah.
there are people that live for conflict just so that they can be the worst versions of themselves in a environment where it's okay.
Yeah.
And
Some people
So
take villain era a little too seriously.
right. And so, like, they're getting shit on no matter what they do. And I don't see that affecting what they do. They're still moving in grace and not flinching. And that's amazing.
Yeah, they're good buds. They're doing good. Truthfully. Also, they have the most rabid fandom I've ever seen that does not behave like terribly. Like, it's a great fandom. It's a really great fandom. It like so full of passion, so full of fervor, so unhinged, but not in the creepy, scary, terrifying way that some can be. So yeah, shout out to that fandom. It's been a good one.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting over all these fucking names that I've been Elgin Noir,
Happy Noir,
Papa Noir, Papa Noir,
Abuelito
I feel the
Noir.
Uncle Noir. Tio Noir.
I love you fucking goobers.
Absolute goobers.
And if I'm not mistaken, you work with unprepared casters as well, right? That's another.
Yeah, they're sweet. I did an arc with them. I was on their 11th arc, and then they brought us back for an arc 0.5, which was fun. It was one of their stretch goals for Patreon. which was wonderful and definitely did good things for my ego that people were willing to pay money to get a resurgence of our arc. And then most recently, there was a big fundraiser that they threw on my birthday last week, which, by the way, where's my happy birthday, Anita
I
and Noir?
love happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
I'm fucking with you so hard. But they had this, they threw this big fundraiser last Saturday for Trans Lifeline, which was really cool. They brought back a bunch. Dylan has fanfic of their character from that arc. There's a lot of fanfic of my character from that arc. I love it, and I read every single one of them.
What's that like? Yo,
it's fucking cool. All right, so here's my favorite. So for the fundraiser, they brought back a random assortment of previous guests to play their characters, getting like sucked into a mega dungeon essentially. And then they had guests. They had Brennan Lee Mulligan, Persephoroth, Connie Chung, and Katiosaurus.
all friends of the show. What's good?
All friends of Critical Misses. And then they brought new characters, obviously. And the mix was cool because we were playing our characters alongside characters from other arcs that had never interacted before, so that was fun. Very good. And then and we raised collectively $45,169 for Trans
Nice.
Lifeline.
Nice.
And I know it's a fucking you. Should reach out to Gus and Haley and bring them on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Just my opinion.
I'm see. Here's the thing. I'm always scared to shoot my shot because I'm just some goober.
You're not some goober. You're Papa Noir.
Trio Noir.
Yo, y'all keep fucking around. I'm gonna actually change my name to Papa Noir. That's starting to grow on me.
Yeah. It was very cool. I liked the fandom is so fun. But my character is in a ship that has gained some popularity, which I like a lot because it is my favorite ship. And all I had to do in this live stream was just mention that my character had his weapon, and the chat went fucking wild.
This sounds like an exceptionally horny fan base.
I think maybe above average. I don't know. But it's a good one. It's a very good one. I love them very much. They're very dear to me. Very, very dear to me.
Oh no, that's awesome. Like I did see a bunch of TikToks and a bunch of posting about that event. I was not aware that it was as successful as it was. That is
successful.
That is incredible. I just want to take a hot second to say, if you do have any means of supporting the trans community right now, is an especially important time to fucking do that. They are facing let's face it. They're facing a genocide, folks, and we've got to fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Now it's not the time to be making like fucking attack helicopter jokes or any stupid shit like that. It's serious. Let's fucking help these. Let's help these folks. Sorry.
No, I appreciate that. I love you.
Honestly, I never wanted to. I just want to punch Ron DeSantis in his fucking face so goddamn much.
Yeah, I would love it if we could do that.
I never thought there'd be somebody I hate more than Trump, but here we are.
I know.
Okay, all right, sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah. Trump was like a Trojan horse of bigotry. He was like, he normalized it and made it a cartoon, and and lots more followed.
Like, you want to, here's the, like, Ron DeSantis has done a lot to piss me off, but here's
Yeah.
here's something that's in the top 3 that's kind of funny, which is the only reason I bring it up. This motherfucker made me agree with Trump. And here's what I mean about that.
Oh,
Trump,
please go on.
Trump said, I'm getting sick of hearing people talk about woke and they don't know what it means. Woke this, woke that. You know, Ron DeSantis doesn't know what it means, and that's all he leans on. And I'm like, not today. Don't tell me today's the day.
Satan.
Don't tell me.
No, Satan.
There was like one tear in my eye. I was like, fuck this.
A broken clock is right. Twice a day. Say correct now.
That's too much. I can't with that.
And so with that, we're gonna move on so we can all get that out of our fucking head.
Yeah.
This is the second half, the dark roast, and we do have some set questions and segments for it. And the first we're going to do is the TTRPG confessional. If you feel that you have a tendency or a habit that is less than amazing at the table, this is where you confess. We give you your penance, and then we all move on. Of course, I will demonstrate the behavior that I expect. And so here is mine. If I'm playing with an antagonistic GM and I feel rails, I'm gonna blow those rails up in a way that is logical, in game, it makes sense, just to watch them dance. Dance. Anita's laughing because she knows exactly.
I watched it happen.
They were there. They watched it happen. Because as I explained, this is what I'm doing. Here's why it makes sense in the world, and the mechanics say that I can do it. Dance for me.
Yeah.
So that is my confessional.
Okay. I think that's a fun one. I don't think that that's like a bad confession, really. Especially because you did state that you do it to antagonistic GMs and they deserve it. Mine is, I think it's a little more embarrassing for me. I don't love this, but I have like just a touch of fucking dementia. I don't remember shit. I seriously do. I don't know what it is that causes my memory loss. But I will forget things that happened like 10 minutes ago sometimes. And when I'm in a game, like sometimes that will lead to really missed opportunities in like role playing and action economy and things like that. And it's not, it hurts me sometimes because then I'll watch things back and I'll be like, oh, you forgot that was literally happening. You could have done this or that. And yeah, so my forgetfulness is my worst. It really weakens how I perform.
Ooh, okay. Anita, do you have a sin?
Sometimes I get so caught up in the ways that I can help in a scene that I forget to let other people shine.
Okay. Well, I have a penance for Dylan.
Okay.
I do as well.
Your penance is that you have to, when it is most convenient for you, buy a journal or a notebook that you absolutely love and use it.
I was gonna say the next time that something like you make a mental note that something important happened in game, just write it down so that you remember to call on it later.
So what I have started doing is my computer is covered in Post-it notes for different games. It's helped a little to have them right there, and I'll be like, and I'll literally write notes, be like, bring this up. And like, you know, like make a reference to this, and I'll put them all over. And that's helping a little bit.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. I literally forgot NPC's name 10 seconds after I said it out loud.
All right, so this is actually triggering another confession. I play characters that have an in-game reason not to remember stuff. So if I don't remember stuff, I'm
right,
just playing my character.
Good. That's pretty smart. Can't fucking fault you for that.
It's just like, oh no, this character just doesn't care enough to remember your name. Like, stuff like that. It's just like, it's honestly because the player is has the mind of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Noodles. That's it. But no, I like the post-it notes one. I use the sticky notes on my computer all the time when I'm GMing.
Oh yeah.
So Anita, your penance. I'll say give yourself 3 assists in a game and then cut yourself off.
Okay. I can do that.
Like just for one game, my character's only gonna assist 3 times and then just let the team kind of take it from there.
I was gonna take it a step further because in the game that we're playing in about an hour over on Sam's channel, I'm actually going to play a character that is not going to assist at all. I'm a barbarian. I'm there to smash shit. That's it.
Perfect.
I'm so sorry. I'm the GM for the game that you're about to play in. Okay.
Smash them up.
I like it. I like it.
I'm here to hit things. I'm playing an Aarakocra barbarian.
Oh shit, that is useful. All right. Anybody have a penance for me?
I do.
Let's hear it.
All right, the next time you sense rails in a game, I want you to tell another player about the rails, and I want you to do nothing. I want you to instigate someone else.
Blowing up the rails.
I want you to get someone else to do it, your dirty work for you.
This is Christmas. I love this penance. This is the only time
perfect you because you have the person to do the assist right here.
This is the only time you see somebody come out of a confessional doing the Dougie.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one. All right. If there are no more penances to give out, that will bring us to Petty Prime Time. Now,
okay.
Petty Prime Time is your chance to subtweet out loud.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So, of course, I'm going to demonstrate. And here we go. Wow, I think there was one. I just can't. Oh, I know. If your job involves giving opportunities to people and you are a bigot, work harder to hide the fact that you're a bigot, because that's the stupidest thing that you can do for your job, for the people you rejected, and for the brand that you're supposed to represent. Just saying.
Just saying.
That's my Petty Prime Time.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Mm-hmm. That's a good Petty Prime Time.
My subtweet will be that parasocial relationships are bad, for sure. I think it's important that some people recognize that in most cases, the people who are at risk most in a parasocial relationship is the fan, not the content creator.
Power imbalance is a thing.
You got one, Anita? Because I got another one.
I do. I got a couple, actually.
Oh, shit. I'd love to hear them.
If you actively avoid the sessions of an RPG, like, say, a session 0, specifically because, there are safety tools. Or if the GM, I don't know, gets you up to speed on what you're doing and what you're playing, and then you intentionally avoid the next session, maybe it's not the game for you and you should just leave.
Ooh, oh, that sounds specific. That sounds very specific.
I'll tell you after we go off.
Okay.
My next one is this. It's for a demographic that some people may be aware of. This is more TikTok stuff.
Ooh.
Nobody's opinion is absolute. We're all fallible, and maybe admitting that one is fallible is the easiest way to find a solution instead of bringing down an entire community, because neither individual is willing to cede ground to each other. Ego is the killer of all community. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's pretty good. Cosign.
But that is petty prime time. It's
pretty good.
It's just a way to just get the look out of the week, like
Just for a little bit.
So with that brings us to, and I promise we end the show on a light and happy note.
Okay.
But we're gonna delve a little
I'm okay.
deeper.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, I am very ready for this next segment. This is where we get to the core of the ugh.
Okay.
If you've been in the TTRPG space long enough, you've probably had the displeasure of playing with a bad guy. That guy is someone that is just a veritable black hole of fun at the table. Someone that if they were yeeted into the sun, your enjoyment of the experience would increase 100-fold. So,
yeah,
Dylan.
Yeah.
Do you have a that guy story for us?
I have so many that guys. I have so many that guys. I'm just gonna say that my current that guy I'm willing to share with you right now is because I already no longer have to deal with them. So it's a little bit of a cop-out maybe, but I had that guy who liked to use like sexual assault storylines as a surprise. The twist was it was sexual assault. And I was just like, I guess, of course it was. Ooh, AJ, which one do you think I was going to talk about? Because I don't think I've told you about that one. I'm curious which one AJ thinks is my that guy. I have too many that guys.
I hate that you have a collection.
I have a collection of that guys.
A portfolio.
It's too many. It's too many.
Dylan has those dudes.
Yeah, I have those dudes.
Yeah.
No, but the sexual assault guy, fuck that. I also had someone kind of just pull that out. And the thing is, I don't know about your dude, but my guy was so proud of it. Like, hey, you guys didn't see that coming, did you? Like,
proud. Oh yeah, yeah. The like, aren't you so? I'm like, wasn't that a great twist? It was like,
nah, fam.
Not really, man.
They always think they're doing the most.
Well,
I have thoughts about why that is. I think these are people that fundamentally learned the wrong lesson from George R.R. Martin. I think that these are people that watched Game of Thrones and went, rape and incest make for great stories. And it's like, no, like I'm gonna jump off a cliff and say this: Game of Thrones, I think, would still be Game of Thrones without all the rape and incest.
Yeah.
I don't think you need that. I think it's the political interest, the political tension that makes everything so like, oh, what's gonna happen? I think that no character being safe is different than horrible, horrible things happening to these characters. Like, Ned dying is still as impactful.
Oh my God, yeah.
Without any of the other shit. But people see all of the other shit and they're like, that's what makes the world dark and real. And like, I can't tell you how many people have looked me in the eye and gone, I need you to understand that this is a dark and grim world. Like, people are racist, people are like, and I'm like, does racism really make a story better? Like, does sexual assault really make a story? No, it doesn't. It's a cop-out. Sorry, I went on another tangent.
It is a cop-out. And we can also, there's also something to be said about the need for the shows in particular to not just have these things be a part of the backstory, but to gratuitously showcase them. Like, if you want to keep Dany's backstory, you could have taken an option to do that didn't show so much of it, you know, like intentionally. So there's also like a choice that gets made to not only have these things happen, but to have them like displayed as entertainment.
Yes.
Instead of mentioned in her backstory or like, you know, or like explained as a part of her history, you know?
Yeah, it's just
Sometimes you gotta tell, don't show. And sometimes you have to show, don't tell.
I feel like a lot of storytellers that add those aspects into their stories are leaning on them in place of better content, you know? Like, I could work hard to show that this character is a vile and heinous and hideous monster, or I could just say that they do these things and haha, now they're evil. Like, no, I'm sorry, that's just
goofy.
And then this is I'm so I feel like I just hijacked you, that guy. I'm so sorry. But
no, I love this.
The other thing that people like this tend to do, and I'm thinking of someone very specific in my past,
yeah,
is they'll try to redeem characters that have done irredeemable things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how am I supposed to react to this? Like, and they're like, that's the point. Ooh.
Now you've got to make a hard choice. It's not that hard of a choice. They're still a monster.
But they did this to save the world. Would you really condemn that man to die? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they treat you like you're the bad guy for doing it. Like, what the fuck?
So fucking stupid.
But no, I needed that. I didn't realize I needed that off my chest. Thank you for this, that guy.
This is why we're here. This is what we're doing here. We're getting shit off our chests.
Holy fucking smoke. Like, I just hate that it's as common as it fucking is. It's just like, there's so many other ways to tell a kick-ass story.
So many.
You can literally that, you know, I think that's one of the things that I love most about TTRPG is because it's a space where literally anything is possible. So people show you aspects of themselves that you wouldn't get to see otherwise. Like, if you had the power to do anything, what would you do?
Yeah.
And some people choose to do some really
fucky shit.
Wild shit, you know?
Yeah. They sure do. Love that for them.
With,
So happy.
without any concern for the people at the fucking table. Like, that's the thing that doesn't get. It's not hard to tell when people at the table are uncomfortable. It's not.
Yeah. Sometimes they even say it. Sometimes they say it out loud. And it still happens. Yeah, some people are just, they enjoy being disruptive, and they enjoy like shaking people up, and that is like their primary goal at a table, is to like push buttons, and that's annoying.
Like, I just, it kind of circling back to like how the unprepared casters handled their situation so well. Like,
Yeah.
the initial incident that they were unaware of falls very much in line with this, and that's a classic example of somebody who was more interested in the story they were telling than how that story was being received by the people at the table. Like,
much more. Yes.
It
was the him show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was just there for it. And I never advise watching that, but that is the quintessential dangerous GM. And like, if you've had the misfortune of seeing that, like, I personally saw that and ingrained it in my mind, because I never want people to be at my table the way that they were at that table. Like, those are people who just came for a good time, and what they got was not that.
Was disrespect. Yeah.
So as a GM, take care of your people. As a player, take care of
your people. Yeah.
It's just
it's on all of us. Absolutely.
Use the safety tools and take care of yourself, because you're more important than any fucking story. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I don't care if it's a home game. I don't care if it's a stream game. I don't care if it's a stream game in front of 1 million people. Fucking take care of yourself first.
Oh my god, 1,000%.
But that is the That Guy segment, and now we end with the community spotlight. This is where we give you the mic, and you get to shout out as many people as you want. People that you feel don't get enough credit, people that you feel are being overlooked, just anything at all.
Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. I have to gather myself. There's too much. And some I've already said. I'm going to say, all right. Okay. People that need to just be, that you should be looking at, that you should be following, that you should be watching. You gotta put your eyeballs on Matthew Ekberg. You gotta put him on. Matt is the GM for the Atomless. They are the captain of our ship, but they can do so much more. Like, the Atomless is largely dramatic. They have so much comedy within them. I want to see him everywhere. I want to see them making people laugh in places and telling different kinds of stories, and just getting just all of the success that they deserve so much. So yeah, Matthew Ekberg or Captain Krail, that's one.
Hearing this, it just reminds me that I only know people by their usernames. That's why I called them Captain. I'm so sorry.
I know. It makes perfect sense. I also so if you don't know Amelia Som, You have to change that immediately. Amelia Som, I think their handle is Amelia_Som, SOM. Anyway, they were a guest GM on Unprepared Casters for Arc 10 and did a like D&D version of Knives Out, which was absolutely excellent. They also DM'd as the third GM for the fundraiser. They are so hysterical. Again, one of the funniest people I think I've ever had the pleasure of sharing a table with, or being in the same room as. You gotta familiarize yourself with them and follow them wherever they go into whatever projects they are doing. Yeah, Mills is fucking incredible times a million.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I already said that you should be listening to Game Woven. Game Woven is very special. Oh, Game Woven is so special. You should absolutely be listening to it. Add it to your podcast thing. And then Starlight Tales. You should be watching shows on Starlight Tales. What a fucking great group of people. They're sort of like a cousin to Unprepared Casters. You'll see a lot of familiar faces like go back and forth onto both shows. But they are really special, and like they need more of an audience because they're telling really great stories with really like a lot of depth and dedication and passion behind them, and then of course always some good comedy there too. Go just Starlight Tales, 1000%.
Hell yeah.
All right, I think if I try to keep going, I'm gonna get overwhelmed.
Okay.
Because there are so many people that I love and adore, but that's where I'm sticking with today.
Okay. Anita, do you have anyone that you'd like to put in our community spotlight?
My spotlight is going to go out to Chaotic Darby, who's going to be my co-GM. We're co-GMing a Cypher System game on Mondays. That's going to be called Time and Time Again. And I'm very excited. We've got a really cool group of folks in that. We've got It's the Riddler. We've got Nikki, or Halfling Nikki.
Oh my god!
We've got Chase Beck, who's a voice actor. And we've also got Maybe Mayhem, who's brand new and hasn't really done much in the AP space. So I'm very excited to bring some new people and some people that I know and some people that I love and tell a really good story. And Darby and I have been co-writing, like co-world building.
That's so yummy.
Which leads to my secondary spotlight is Noir, because Noir and I have been developing a game that is the whole basis for this thing that Darby and I made. We made, there's a game that we're coming out with. Can I talk about it?
Absolutely.
Called Head of the Table, where there are prompt cards that help you build out an entire world's backstory, and then the plot hook that leads into a campaign that you will set in that world. So Darby and I have been playtesting it, and as we playtested it, we came up with a backstory for this entire game that we're going to be running on Mondays. And we have a very compelling plot hook for our group of arcane researchers and lab assistants that are going to stumble upon some magical secrets and possibly get hunted for them. Let's find out. So yeah, Darby and I are going to be co-GMing this, and I'm very excited about it. So that's spotlight.
Awesome. I love that.
But yes, these are the head of the table cards.
Cool.
I made them and I printed them.
Yeah, I never realized the added benefits of dating a former printer. Oh my god, like the corners were cut perfectly.
I made them rounded.
It's card stock and everything.
And I drew
You made
pictures.
these?
Yep.
I did
That's so
I did
cool.
the art for the cards, and I did the graphic design for them. And AJ's also helped playtest it a bunch too.
Oh God, fucking
So
AJ.
there's
Just love.
like you've got rising action prompts. You've got climax prompts, and you have to make a pitch based on each one of the sections of a plot map, which is your inciting incident, rising action, climax, falling action, and then your resolution winds up being your plot pitch for the next.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and there's phases in between each where you build out NPCs based on NPC prompts and how those NPCs connect to the story and the larger overarching plot.
Mm.
I may have to take a page from Connie's book and do some play testing on stream.
It's
But
it's a good game. We can do it.
It's good.
all right. As for my community spotlight, I have my friend Phoenix Astra, one of the first people to do art for like I have been playing in the same homebrew world since I was 14, 15. And Phoenix is one of the first people to do art for that world. Just a
Oh.
fantastic artist that does not give themselves nearly the amount of
Oh my
credit.
God, this is beautiful.
Right? So just pop by, say some hellos. I believe her commissions are closed right now, but if you
Yeah.
could just do me a favor, and if you see some art that you like, let her know that you like it, because this I think all artists have this issue of not being able to see the brilliance in their own work, and I would love to have some people echo the sentiments that I think anybody that sees art obviously feels, which is that it's incredible.
Oh my
Uh,
God, I'm commissioning this person as soon as I can. Holy shit.
Just incredible. Of course, my Stream Plugs family, and in fact, speaking of Stream Plugs, after this, you can catch me over on Sam DeLev's channel for their stream
Yeah.
anniversary. We are doing a epic level heist. The name of this heist is Be Gay Fight Dragons. So that'll be fun.
And we're raising money
course.
for a very good cause.
Absolutely.
We are raising money for. My brain needs to remind myself Rainbow Railroad. Because
cool. Neat.
be gay do crimes, but being gay itself should not be the crime.
And if you are in a place where it is considered a crime, what the Rainbow Railroad does is they help folks get out of those areas. So, Rainbow Railroad, I kind of just really, it's where my black and my queer meet. So it's very
Yes.
awesome. So, yeah, if you can support that anyway, please do. Yeah, so String Punks family, Phoenix Astra, of course, everybody here in Critical Misses. It's
AJ.
We love AJ.
Like the
The
Laura
world of
Bailey voice,
darkness-
but who
The world of Whoosha Kid.
the world of darkness gave
Harp
us
music.
the gift of two AJs making out, so we've got
Thank
that going
you.
for us.
Thank you, WAD team. Appreciate you.
And finally, I'm gonna toss a little love over to Dr. Friedman. Thank you for taking an academic look at all of our goofy.
Yeah,
yuck
I
yucks here.
appreciate you.
So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Other than that, I think that's about it. In case anybody's wondering on the status of our TTRPG commune thread, it's at like 30 something comments with all of you flexing about the incredible things you do outside of the table. So good on you.
Yeah, we might stand a chance.
We might
just stand a chance.
we might not be as fucked as I thought we would be.
Yeah.
Also, this is showing me I need to get out more and learn some fucking skills.
I also like that you've changed it to Papa Noir.
Yeah, yeah,
You did?
yeah. I'm Papa Noir now.
Oh
I
my
need to
God,
find.
you're
I need to
Papa
find
Noir.
I need to find the old head picture as my new display picture. But
Oh my God.
with that, I believe we're gonna go ahead and call it. So, Dylan,
Yeah.
tell the people where we can find you.
Oh my God. I'm SuperDillin absolutely everywhere. If you type in SuperDillin to anything, I will be there. I would like it if you followed me. I am trying very hard. I love my Twitter account. I'm very attached to it. However, it's falling apart. And I'm trying to be more active on Instagram and on Hive and Blue Sky. I would love it if you are already following me on Twitter, if you would go seek me out in those places. Please enable me, encourage me, because I'm trying to branch out, but it's rough out there. It's so hard to know how to like restart on a new platform. So if you would be so kind, go to there, please. Otherwise, you should listen to the Adamless. You could maybe join us on Patreon so that we can make all our dreams come true. It would be nice. And you could find me on itch.io where you can get my games. And that's it.
Do it. You're absolutely right about Twitter falling apart. I recently took a look at my analytics. Like, you can see when the mouse rat took over.
Yeah.
My followers were doing this, and then he took over, and I'm losing like 200 followers a month now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all at Blue Sky and Hive.
See you all at Blue Sky for real.
Okay.
Oh, is that me? Is it? Do I do the?
I suppose I should do
Yeah.
it. I just realized.
Yeah, you do outros.
Hi, everybody. I'm Papa Noir. You can find me all over the internet as TheNoirEnigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Hive, all the things. Except the hub. You can't find me there yet. Why am I like this? Every Monday you can find me over on Q Times with the Stream Punks for our alien game Beacon. I play Dr. Albright, who just wants the best way I can explain it is put Ted Lasso in Aliens, and that's what that is.
Oh my God. What a thing to say.
Every Friday you can find me over on Gen Con TV, where I give you all the latest in the TTRPG news with Table Takes and Table Takes Plays, where we play various games. Right now we're playing Monster of the Week. And of course, you can find me here every Saturday for Morning Ritual. Our guest next week is
Jess from online. Jess is the writer of I Have the High Ground and a bunch of other very cool games. I'm gonna grab I Have the High Ground, Rebel, and a bunch of other like Going Rogue, that's the other one, and a bunch of other very cool TTRPGs. So we got game designers to game designers back to back to back.
Hell fucking yeah.
And yeah, Jess Levine is their name.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess that leads me.
AJ, they shut down my OnlyFans. They were like, you've got to be this hot to have an OnlyFans, and I missed requirements. Okay, now I'll pass it off.
Hello, I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, performer, and cat mom about space. You can find me here on Mondays. We've got a whole new slate of shows, so I'm either here on camera in front of you doing things and saying words that are usually better than these words. I'm going to be Mondays here being a co-GM with Chaotic Derby for our Time and Time Again, which is a Cypher System game. On Wednesdays, I'm behind the camera running tech on a brand new show that's uses the Under Hollow Hills system. That's called the Stone and Starlight Carnival. And then on Fridays, there's a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game called For Queen and Country that is jammed by the wonderful Casper DNB Ghost. Yeah, we got Casper. Abhorrent Abby is the one that's running. She's running the Under Hollow Hills game, and we've got a great cast for both of them. We just finished doing all our casting calls and everything, and we got a huge response. And I'm so sad that I couldn't get everybody in. But if you didn't get in on this round, sign up again for the next round. We've got some new games coming out in the next season, and we'll just make sure that you get a spot at the table. Other than that, on Tuesdays you can find me over on Modifius's channel for our Star Trek Adventures Narendra Station game, where I play a morally ambiguous Trill with 8 lifetimes of business acumen. And
It's very funny.
they run the station's bar. They are basically Quark but a Trill. And you can also find me over on Table Takes Game Night, where I am playing Opie in our Monster of the Week game. I am a big strong lady, dragon lady, who is apparently a chosen one, but just wants to make fried chicken in the Baba Yaga chicken hut. I'm all about that branding. Follow me.
Perfect.
Do the things. We're gonna head out of here, though. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and joining us. We should probably send ourselves over to Delevely, who is, I believe, is Sam still online for the Streamiversary?
Yep.
So yeah, we'll send
fuck
everybody
yeah, let's go.
over there, and we will see you over there, because that's where we're gonna be in like the next hour. We're gonna be being gay and slaying dragons.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Some of my favorite activities.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. Until next time, the ritual has concluded. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.